What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sean with the TSOD channel. Thank you for tuning in to this live stream. All right, so tonight we're talking all about the Glock Generation 6 series. Glock did it again. I'm sure hopefully you guys heard about the Gen or the V-Series, the newer ones with all the mods and stuff for all the gun restrictive states, but I just caught word of the Gen 6 Glock pistols and I'm pretty pumped about it, pretty excited because there are some big changes when it comes to the Gen 6 series. Once again, if you're first time tuning into the show, it's the TSOD channel. I cover firearms, news, reviews, how-tos. Appreciate all the support over the last few months. The channel has grown tremendously. Just, love the awesome questions that you guys ask. And again, I try my best to give you guys accurate, actionable information so you guys can do what you will with it. But again, once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in, supporting the channel, subscribing, liking, and sharing. It's been humbling for sure. A lot of you guys are probably wondering, where I've been for the last few months. A lot of changes in my life. But I got a ton of videos stacked up, ready to go for you guys. They're coming, trust me. I've been working on them, just racking and stacking new content for you, tons of firearms content coming forward. So definitely tune into the channel, subscribe. I haven't forgot about you guys, trust me. All right, so let's get into this new information, this new news coming out from Glock. Finally, after decades, right? However many years, I think Glock's been around since, 70s, 80s. I don't know exactly when, but they've been around for a hot minute. And for the most part, their pistols have kind of just been the same old Glock, tried and true. You trust it, it works. 9 times out of 10, a Glock pistol is going to work, all right? I will give that to them. I own several Glocks myself. I'm primarily more of a 1911, 2011 kind of guy, but I love all different types of firearms. So anyway, so for the Glock Gen 6, they're changing up a few things, a lot of things in my opinion that I think us Glock owners have been asking for a while now, and Glock has just been dragging their feet, taking forever, or just flat out not listening to the customers, the guys and gals, the people out there that are using these pistols out there for everyday carry, training, duty, military, whatever. It seems like Glock's finally starting to listen. And I don't know if it was the whole California ban thing that really kind of pushed them in a direction to really start to work on their design concepts and start to implement these things that we've been asking for a hot minute. So let's get right into it. I got a little, I've been doing just some reading and some research over the last day or so once I heard it was dropping. And I got a website here on, hopefully you guys can see this, concealcarry.com. They got a nice little article that they just dropped today. Basically, as you can see it here on the screen, Glock unveils their 6th generation pistol, as the title of this video says. So right now, I think all the rumors, the information, the intel that we have is that these new Glocks, they're going to start dropping in January, like in 2 months, basically, they're going to start hitting the streets. And it's the Gen 6, their V-Series. So we'll talk a little bit about the V-Series, and that is sort of in response to California's banning of the Glock because of the modifications, the switches, whatever, the full auto that you can make it. I'd say 90% of the Glock own, 95% don't own a Glock switch and probably never put one of those things on there, right? Because you're just spraying and praying and you're not really being effective with the weapon system and for your ammo that you have. So enough on that. So with that, Glock decided to change things up because they know that they have a big market here in California and they didn't want to get completely shut out of the market. So they redesigned it and they created the V-Series. People were wondering, well, is that the Gen 6 or is it, they're just sticking with the Gen 5? Now they finally come out with the Gen 6 model of the Glock. We know it. It's not a rumor anymore. It's legit and it's here. So that's what we're talking about right here. So this is from concealcarry.com. They just dropped this article. So right now there are 3 models that we know about: the Glock 17, 19, and 45. And that's some of their most popular models, whether it's for duty, whether it's for everyday carry, concealed carry, whatever the case may be. Those are kind of their top 3 models. So it's looking right now that the MSRP, or the retail price, is going to be somewhere in the $745 range, which is kind of pricey. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's a little bit pricey, guys. So as you can see here on the screen, so some of the big things that they're changing up, just so you guys know, is the grip, right? We all know from like the Gen 1 through 3 and even 4 models, the grip on the Glock was lackluster at best. It was just very, polymery, plasticky sort of feel. And just about every Glock that I own, except for one, my Glock 30, every one of them I put like some type of grip on there just to get it, just a little bit more sticky, so that I know every single time when I draw, like, that grip is going to be solid. Okay, guys. So they've redesigned the grip. They've added more stippling on there, so it seems very, very grippy, as you can see here from some of the pictures. So they enlarged the beaver tail. That was one of the things, as you can see here. Hopefully you guys can see my cursor right here, the beaver tail. I know on some of the newer, like Gen 5 models, they have the grip enhancement adapters for, because everyone has different hand sizes, right? You got, people with little small hands, medium sized, large hands. And I'm sure it's hard for Glock to make a pistol that is going to suit everyone, but it looks like they've really kind of enhanced the beaver tail on the backside right here, of their new Gen 6 pistols. What else? So optics mounting. Okay, so that was one of the biggest things. It was like, oh, are you getting a regular Glock, or are you getting a Glock, MOS, modular optic sight, that basically has the cuts for a plate or an adapter where you can mount an optic. And it was like, oh, you go to a gun shop and they don't have an MOS version, or the MOS version is an extra $100 or an extra $200 or whatever the case may be. So I think every other manufacturer out there right now is basically incorporating some sort of optic or mounting system into their slide. And it's like, Glock, I mean, why wasn't that a standard, a standard design on even the Gen 5s going across the board? So whatever, Glock finally figured it out. They've got now all of the slides, there's no MOS or non-MOS, all of them are coming optic cut. All right. What else? So they got a flat face trigger now, right? So some of the triggers, as you guys have seen, some of the previous Glocks, they've kind of had like a skinny sort of shoe style trigger. Now, it's a flat face kind of blade style trigger, which, we like. A lot of people like. What else? Enlarged beaver tail. The texture, like I said. What else? Flat face trigger, really good. So the safe action system, like the safeties in there, have all stayed the same. Optics, like I said, as you can see here on the screen, they got the specs here on the 3 different versions that they've released for now, and I'm sure they're gonna have however many more models, so, another dozen more models that they're gonna release with this. And I'm guessing, I don't know, the one thing I don't know is if they're gonna have like a V-Series, where the whole California compliant, where they change up the back plate and design to where you can't install the switches, which is a good thing. I just don't know if all of those Gen 6 pistols are going to be like that. Are they all going to be the V-Series models? It's like, okay, it would make sense, right? Why would you have like 2 different designs of it? Just make them all V-safe or whatever. So yeah, overall barrel length for the G17, 4.5 inches, 17 rounds. Weights are roughly the same. Each pistol is going to ship with 3 magazines, a cleaning kit, speed reloader, all that stuff. And you can go online, you can go on YouTube. There's a ton of videos that are starting to float around of people getting their hands on this. And I'm guessing, well, I know for a fact that these Gen 6s, they're definitely going to be at SHOT Show, I believe in January. Hopefully one of these days I can get to SHOT Show one of these days, guys. Hopefully. SHOT Show guys, if you're watching this video, send me an invite. I'd love to go. What else here? Yeah, I mean, that is the big thing. It's got I mean, that's the overall picture of it right there. A lot of grip. Oh, okay. One other thing that I think is important. It's not the most important thing, but in my opinion, it is important. And it looks like, okay, right up here, you can see they've kind of sort of beveled out the front portion of the frame, the lower frame here. So it's almost set up in the way that it's like a thumb rest that they've incorporated into the frame already. So you don't have to go out there and buy this like crazy gas pedal and all these other different things. They've actually incorporated one, as you see right here. It's kind of like sort of like bladed off to the side. So they've kind of incorporated a gas pedal, which I think that's cool. A little bit more purchase on that frame as you're sort of punching out just allows you a little bit better, much better control, all right, when engaging with that presentation, and just your overall grip, I think, is just going to be a little bit more solid as you're able to kind of just lock that thing in and, you know, just have a better control of the weapon itself. So that's pretty cool. A little bit of grip in the front there. I don't really know exactly what that's for, but whatever. But overall, another thing that I read as well, and it's not, I don't know if they have it here in this article, is that the front slide serrations here. That was one thing on previous Glock models, that the serrations just weren't deep enough. So when you went to go, you know, chamber check or just rack that slide on the Gen 1s through 3s, they just weren't deep enough, right? And you're just kind of like, as your hands getting sweaty, I mean, of course I'm going to be able to rack the pistol, but that was one of the things that I thought that they should have incorporated early on. I've got the Gen 5, so it's a little bit better, but I noticed a lot of other people were either changing out the slides or getting them cut deeper or doing whatever just because they just weren't deep enough. So Glock is listening. They have made some changes, and I think Glock's it's definitely headed in the right direction. They've definitely come around since over the last years, where really hasn't really been that much differences. There was a major difference in my opinion for the Gen 5 and even a little bit with the Gen 4, but Gen 2 and 3 and 4, it's all kind of been the same for the most part. So those are the biggest things. Those are the things that I know when it comes to the Gen 6. Love to get my hands on one as soon as it drops. Hopefully somebody I know gets their hands on an early version that I can test and I can do a range day video for you guys. But I wanted to come on and do this live, let you guys know that I am still alive. I haven't forgot about you. I've got a ton of videos coming up soon, and just let you know that I appreciate all of you guys for reaching out and checking in on me and supporting the channel. And oh, by the way, we've launched our new members sort of thing on YouTube. You can become a member, one of our pro members or elite members. I've been working on some basic firearms classes. All right, nothing crazy, just the basics, primarily on safety and just really understanding all of the components of the weapon and how to use it safely. All right, that's what my classes are designed around, or at least my initial class. I have something sort of set up in sort of a live stream, sort of Zoom fashion, where I kind of take you step by step on all of the components and breaking things down and teaching you about the basics of, you know, rifles, pistols. So if you're interested in something like that, become a member. I'm also going to be doing some live streams, some range day live streams where, you know, I show you guys maybe some intermediate advanced techniques that I do. I've got some videos, just some basic training videos that I'm going to be releasing. So you may want to consider becoming a member. You're going to get access to those. And oh, by the way, at the end of this month here in December, I'm going to be doing my very first giveaway. All right, we're going to be giving away my TSOD hoodie here in white with the TSOD logo. So you're gonna want to enter to win this. And how you enter to win this hoodie, all right, this exact hoodie, I will ship it out to you. If you're in the United States, if you're international, we'll work something out. You may have to pay for shipping depending on where it's at. But if you're in the US, I will ship this hoodie, this TSOD hoodie, and this beanie together to you. However, However, guys, all right, the way you're going to enter to win this giveaway at the end of this month, the way you're going to enter to win is you have to be a subscriber. All right, it helps me out, it helps out the channel. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. All right, leave a comment in the comment box below. All right, and that will be your ticket, your entrance to the giveaway that I'm doing at the end of the month. And oh, by the way, if you're a member, I do members only giveaways every single month, and it's something that I'm going to start to do more and more as I get more TSOD merch, you know, in-house. I'm going to start to focus a lot on the members and giving away a lot of stuff like that. But for anybody, if you're a subscriber, subscribe, comment, and you'll enter to win that hoodie and that beanie at the end of this month. Okay. I know it's kind of a down and dirty live stream. Again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's talk a little bit about the Gen 6. So it's got new slide serrations. It's got a new trigger. It's got deeper serrations in the slide. The grip is not necessarily redesigned, but it's enhanced in my opinion with additional grip texture and stippling on there. What else? The trigger is different. The sort of the ledge or the thumb rest that they kind of built into it. All those things. I don't think the trigger is much different. I just think the trigger shoe itself. But and then the optic cut built into the slide right off the bat. You don't have to do anything crazy. I think those are all some really, really good upgrades and updates. Much needed updates, by the way. Oh, and the magazine well. Magazine well is also a little bit more flared. So you may or may not have to install an aftermarket mag well. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. I like to, because I want that 100% connection. That it's just, that magazine is going in 100% of the time, 10 out of 10 times. But they did update the magwell and they flared it a little bit, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys on